For the most part, when you gaslight someone, it's a emotional form of abuse, right? And most of us, have seen gaslighting being done. We would never say that we did it. But in my office and listening to patients every day, what I understand more and more is we do it. We do it in subtle ways. We do it in such subtle ways that because our partner and I aren't really, we don't think of ourselves in a toxic relationship, and for the most part, you're not in a toxic relationship, you still, from time to time, in the middle of an argument, you may do a form of manipulation that quantifies as being gaslighting behavior. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios so that you can see, and maybe the next argument you have, you can be especially aware that you're not gaslighting your partner or your parents or your children or your friends. Because honestly, when you respond this way, it is a form of gaslighting, whether we want to own that or not. And the reason it is because we shift the blame. We get defensive, and instead of just coming outright and being honest, we shift the blame and we put the blame on the person that's hurt or complaining or, feeling sad about something. So here's the first one. When you say, I'm sorry you feel that way. If you apologize to someone or someone is hurt and you say, listen, I'm really sorry you feel that way. That wasn't my intention. That is a form of gaslighting because you are manipulating them by saying, I'm sorry you feel that way. So the person is left thinking, the way I feel about this is what's broken. I'm the one that's broken. There's a problem with me because it obviously wasn't their intention to hurt me. If you are being honest and you're being sincere, then the only way to apologize to someone is to say outright, I'm really sorry I hurt you. That makes me feel really bad that I said something to make you feel this way. I don't know what got into me. I don't know why I did it. And I'm just so sad that this has happened. That is a sincere apology. So when you're in an argument or trying to make up with your partner, remember that going forward. The second one is if you tell your partner you're being too sensitive. Your partner's crying about something, they're really upset. And when you look at it, you think, okay, this is petty. I would never be crying about that. And so they're obviously being too sensitive. If you say to your partner you're being too sensitive, your partner is the one with the problem. Your partner's broken. They're just too sensitive. They're going to go around life being too sensitive and constantly being hurt. Why don't you step up and rather than withdraw, say, wow, I'm really, really sorry. I had no idea the impact of what I did would cause you this pain. And I wish I could take it back. I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sorry for my behavior. That's taking ownership. That's not blaming them. In a real life, they may be an empath. They may be on the more sensitive side. But to say someone is too sensitive when they're reacting to being hurt is just not okay. It's a form of toxic manipulation. And so you have to rethink what you're really saying to this person in the future. You're overreacting. Overreacting, when you say that, that is a form of gaslighting. A person who is hurt, who is upset, who is angry, and they're overreacting, it's not anything you did. Always own your part first. It's not labeling them. Their reaction is theirs. What you need to do is make amends with what you said. And you need to do it sooner rather than later. So instead of putting any focus or blame on what they're doing, step up, take responsibility, and say, I am sorry. I am sorry. Practice now so your next conflict, you won't be drawn into this. Because if your partner ends up being so hurt or so violated that they tell you, you're gaslighting me, you'll have to take responsibility for that. Because when you call someone too sensitive or that they're overreacting, in a very real form, you are. And lastly, you're remembering it wrong. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I have said this to my husband before. I was so convinced, but it is absolutely a form of gaslighting. I'm not listening to what they say. I'm even taking another audacious step, saying, oh, it's your fault. You're remembering it wrong. That's arrogant. That is gaslighting. It's a micro form. It's a form that you unknowingly do. I would never gaslight anyone, especially my husband. But at the same time, sometimes when you say a comment like that, it is a form of manipulation. You're making them the problem. You're putting the blame on them for being hurt about something you said. Always better if at that moment you get brave and you step up and you own your part. You can change your behavior. You cannot change their reaction or their behavior. And once it's out of your mouth, they have it in their memory forever. If this video is helpful for you to not do any gaslighting to anyone, then I am happy. And if you'd like to subscribe, please do. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.